was just 13 years old when I first attempted suicide. And this is the story of how a movie I wrote ended up saving my life. Isolating myself at too young of an age, I started writing songs. Songs that proved I had nothing of meaning to say, just a bunch of grotesque lyrics that only seemed to drag me deeper. When performing on stage and getting an applause I deemed useless, inside was a boy who couldn't stand the way he walked, talked, or looked, with not a brave bone in his body to show who he really was. Around that time was the most people had ever looked at me, but I was as alone as I had ever been. After realizing my lack of talent after releasing my first song on Spotify, I felt my world had ended. I had dedicated 3 years to my music and was yet to find any progression from where I began mentally, and thus my career was over before I was even old enough to drive. Transitioning to writing novels, where I wrote 4 before I graduated high school, yet it ended just the same. And so I gave up. Again.
And then it hit me. All I needed was to hit that corner, run out of ideas, and do the one thing I was always afraid to do. Trading those old lousy ideas for something that I truly loved and thought that was real.
Maybe something centered around the people I loved and lost, the family I so foolishly ignored, and the human I didn't know I was and was dreading to become. It was to be the narrative of my life, and for the first time, I was the audience. I needed to listen, I needed to reflect, and I needed to understand what it was that kept me down for so long. Vivid images possessed my every waking and sleeping moment, and so I wrote a screenplay, and soon after fell in love with the power of film. 3 years later, and I don't even think I can tell you guys the last time I wanted to end my own life. It's like all the dark spots within me had been printed onto the pages of a manuscript I wrote, which ended up making it easier for each word to act as a burden lifted and even a secret exposed. And 4 screenplays later, I think I can finally look that miserable kid up on the stage in the eyes and assure him that it's all gonna work out just fine. That one day it'll be his own pain that saves him, that the way he's feeling won't last forever, and that one day he will be happy, as silly or as impossible as that may sound.